Coming to you live from JR Rail's Yamanote Fail Line, it's the Phailhaüs, Japan edition.
Japan. Land of the future, land of excitement, land of technology, land of Gundams, land of panty vending machines, land of don't believe the hype. You may have heard of Japan as a wonderful mythical place where you can grope a schoolgirl in the afternoon and be ravaged by a dragon and then anally raped in the evening. But it's not true. Japan, like most other countries in the world, is a country where people live and work. Japan's English is really good. Most people speak English. So unfortunately, we did not find that much English when we were over there. But when we did find it, it was pure gold.
And also in their defense, their English is far better than my Japanese. It still didn't help one of my favorite t-shirts I came back with. She could from face that. It's on the back, too! So our first of many picks of the day is not actually English, but it is really funny. Cartoons are completely accepted as forms of official signage. So this was on the airplane on the way over to warn you against alcohol and how it affects people in the air more.
Alcoholism is adorable when it's in a cartoon.
One thing that everyone who had been to Japan prior told us was get a JR Rail pass, which turned out to be a great idea. And when we got to the JR thing to validate our passes, we saw on the examples that clearly they think all Americans are just ravishingly good-looking actors.
Matt Damon.
While not grammatically wrong, the monkey dance studio just makes me laugh. When hiking next to a steep cliff, because there is the situation when a step is bad, please be careful.
That sign was on the way to the Yamanouchi Town Monkey Park, which is the park where the monkeys sit in the hot springs. It was very cool. What we didn't get a picture of because it was unfortunately perfectly grammatically correct was a sign saying, "Holy fucking shit, there are snakes here, watch the fuck out." So Japan, filled with delightful creatures that will kill you.
The sign to the monkey park, however, was correct in one location, and then in another location, not so much. On our way back from the monkey park, we passed several deific statues, including a shrine to the tobacco deity for prolonging life.
You may have noticed a lot of these signs have nothing wrong with them. They're just using unusual combinations nobody else would think to use that had a good command of English. The tobacco deity for prolonging life was exactly what it sounds like. It was a little statue that you could go and pray to, and people offered cigarettes to, actually. And you would pray if you wanted its help quitting smoking, or if you wanted to keep smoking but just live longer.
When you stay in a ryokan, which is a traditional Japanese inn, they will usually provide you with green tea, which you can make yourself with the hot water they give you in a thermos. The thermos at our first ryokan, Twinkle Heart. Fall in love with Twinkle Heart, and she become charming happiness for a while. But apparently not for long, because the water would get cold. A table in the men's change room for that ryokan's onsen. Many stars make bright little lights in the space. Star animals in the space! Yes, that is a space otter cracking a star on his tummy. Otters in space!
Ah, so cute.
Near the star animals in the space was the sign for the hairdryer. Please use hairdryer here. Please pull out the plug from consent and turn off the switch after using. Please hang on the hook, which was chained. Now that's not great. Also note that these are numbered 1, 1, and 1.
And there's no excuse for that because they use Roman numerals for numbers all the time in Japan.
Starbucks, McDonald's, they are international corporations. You will find them in Japan with largely the same menu as you'll find in North America, with a few changes, such as the McPork on the 100 yen menu with shaka shaka chicken.
I was really excited about going to Japan because I love sushi and all sorts of stuff. Turns out what Japanese people love more than anything else is pork. Everything has pork in it. Everything is pork flavored. Pork, 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 pork. All the meat they eat is pig. I don't eat that much pork. I probably ate a lifetime supply of pork in the week I was there. Pork!
For those who are curious, the McPork basically tastes like an Egg McMuffin if you took the egg away and replaced it with sweet onion sauce. Kind of a letdown.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting the pork to be like it is on everything, a fried pork cutlet, not just McDonald's sausage.
So you were expecting good food from McDonald's. Now children, we all see why he was let down, right?
This one's not necessarily wrong. There are retail places in North America with strange names, but personally I find the combination of the word flapduck really funny. Flapduck. Those of you from England know all too well the Marks & Spencer's pre-made sandwiches you can get in train stations. Same sort of thing in Japan. Big sandwich! We send you to the lovely flavor of the wind in the meadows. A surprising deliciousness which you'll never forget. That last part made me kind of suspicious. I don't know if I want to be surprised by a ham and cheese sandwich. Certainly if I'm never gonna forget it.
My god, the combination of the processed cheese and the mayonnaise is like standing on a windswept ridge in the meadows. Huh.
That is surprising. Possibly my favorite. Breakfast in Japan is different. They don't really have specific foods set aside as breakfast foods, having like a bowl of soba noodles with a pork cutlet breaded for breakfast. After about 4 or 5 days, we were really looking for some North American breakfast, but didn't want to go to Denny's, because Denny's is bad enough here. Who knows how badly they got it wrong in Japan. So we found a French cafe serving waffles. Waffle change. It is waffle, revocable the toast, by which they mean for an extra 30 yen you can exchange your toast for waffles.
I chose not to get the rough influence sausage. I know 80 yen is a really good deal for some sausage, but I wasn't sure what a rough influence would be and how that might affect my bowels.
Sausage raised in an abusive household. A napkin. Tasty communication. Some toothpaste. Breath communication. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. See, the problem is not actually a lack of understanding of the English language, it's a lack of ability to translate. Japanese is a very poetic, flowery language, though I hate to use that word. And when you translate that to English, it just sounds weird. For example, a bakery putting an entire mythical story on their bags. Scandinavian Natural Roman Best Bread Message. We are Tomti. The Scandinavian region of Northern Europe is the fabled home of the gnomes called Tomti. Tomti love children. At night, when everyone is sound asleep, Tomti go about casting magical spells to ensure the next morning's freshly baked bread will be especially delicious for the children. Cherishing the spirit of the Tomti, we at Hokuo take a highly skilled and gentle-natured approach to bread making. There's nothing wrong with that, but you see that on a bakery bag in North America and you're like, I don't want my bread from there, it's weird.
But that is their best bread message. They've just taken corporate branding to a whole new level over there.
Sadly, even at the Studio Ghibli Museum, which you must visit, they too are not immune. When asking you not to eat your food on the lower patio, they say, eating and drinking should withhold in lower patio.
Do we really need to tell our fans to go to the Ghibli Museum? We're nerds, they're nerds. We went. Why wouldn't they go? It's a thing. It's what white people do when they go to Japan. You go to buy the JRL pass and they're like, do you want Ghibli Museum tickets? Because only fucking nerds go to Japan, and if you're a fucking nerd, of course you want to see the museum. It's just expected.
On the roof, there's that robot from Castle in the Sky, and it's life-size, and it's really cool. It's not wrong, but Freshness Burger made me giggle. Another fine example of Japan's poetic language not really translating to English is on this wrapper for crepes, which is kind of a big deal in Harajuku right now. Crepes are simple to enjoy, anytime, anywhere, in a casual and easy way. Treat yourself to a crepe, and you give yourself a present as warm and beautiful as the brightest smile. It was a really nice crepe.
I had one with white chocolate and pistachio. Oh. We need to get on that over here.
So, while you should go to Japan, because it's really awesome, don't go for the English. Because there is some. But if you really want truly language-ignorant English, you gotta hit up China, where the Lucky Teapot comes from. Lucky Teapot, possessing the high-temperature keeping power. Place the net pot in the betel vertically. Place the suitable amounts of tea leaves. Add the suitable amounts of boiling water. Cover the kettle lid, then you can drink it. Lucky Kettle's designs are scientific and reasonable. Rinse it handily. You need only take the net pot out. Simply brush it with a brush, and then cleanse it to the cleanliness for the immediate alright. You can put it into the refrigerator for storage. It can also be a container as the green tea and drinks. It's endless. The functions and characteristics. Unique model, pretty and practical. Quartz glass clear and transparent thoroughly. Oh, thank God. Enabling to disassemble it for the designs. Rinse it easily. No poison to the cup body plastics. Heat resistances. Poly sorts of colors, offering the options. Drinking tea enables you joyful.
So, in conclusion, go to Japan, see a bunch of white people in Harajuku going, where are those crazy people at? I got my camera!
So, from the JR Rail Yamanote Fail Line, this has been Graham.
And Kathleen.
Saying...
Haha, we just made you look at our vacation pictures.